Hey everybody, my name is Nicole Greer and they call me the Vibrant Coach, and I'm going to help you build a vibrant culture. Powerful question of the day is, why is it so hard to find great people? I'm going to give you 4 tips to figure that out today, and you can put them to work this afternoon. So the first tip that I want to talk to you about is the idea of turning the mirror inward and taking a good look at what is really going on in your organization in terms of the culture. Do people like working at your organization? Well, here's what you can do. You can go over to glassdoor.com and take a look. What are the ratings and the comments that people are leaving about your organization? This will give you a foundational baseline to kind of understand what's going on with your organization and how your employees and your past employees perceive you. Once you take a look at this, then we can put into place a vibrant strategy, which is a whole nother video. But we can do that for you absolutely, so that we can put a plan in place so that we get employee engagement and we raise up your score so that you guys are operating in a way that draws people into your organization. That is tip number 1. Go to Glassdoor, figure out what's going on, what people think, and then let's move to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is I need you to think about your network. Many of the people that I work with, I will say to them, can I link in with you? And when I go out there and I look for them on LinkedIn, they're not there, or they're there, but they haven't touched their LinkedIn in a very long time, and they're not active. So here's what I know. If you want to be an organization that is seen and heard and becomes a place where the best employees work, you're gonna have to get out there and tell the world this is a great place to work. And I suggest you begin with LinkedIn and you develop your network. So here's what you need to do. Go out to LinkedIn, put an updated picture of yourself out there on LinkedIn, put in there all about your title, talk about your organization in a great way, fill out your bio in a way that people think, wow, this woman, this man has had an incredible career at this organization and I should want to work there too. Now, a little second mini tip is that in LinkedIn, you can put a little circle around your image that says that we are hiring. And so when people go to LinkedIn, you link in with them, which means that you're going to connect, you're going to find people out there that you want to connect with. They're going to see that you're hiring and they'll spread the word for you. So networking is tip number 2. Tip number 3 I have for the reason why that you have a hard time hiring great people is because you're not clear where the company is going. Now, I want you to think about yourself in terms of when you were trying to get your career moving in the right direction. The whole idea of a career is that it is future focused. It's like, what do I want to be when I grow up? And so you've got to tell people, if you come work for my organization, this is what's going to happen to you when you join our organization. We're going to take you through a wonderful employee life cycle process that's going to get you in the door. We're going to onboard you in an appropriate way, and we're going to give you amazing training. And so you've got to have a training plan, a development plan, a performance management plan for these folks. And then you have to say to them, and here's how your role, the role that I am hiring for, this is going to get you where you want to go in your career. So you're going to help people figure out how to meet their future self. So I'll tell you a little quick story. So when I was coming up, one of the first things I ever worked in was the restaurant business. So I worked at the Applebee's and they hired me as a waitress, okay? And today we call it a server. So I was hired as a server. And within a couple of weeks, the manager said to me, you know, I think you're really good at this business. You've got the right energy, you've got the right attitude. I could see you running your own Applebee's someday. This is huge, right? I mean, I was a very young person. I was like 18 years old, and I was one of the hungry ones. And you know what I'm talking about when I say the hungry ones. There's the ones that are not so hungry and the ones that are hungry, those that do and those that don't. And in this case, I was one that did. I'm still doing. So, you know, those people are what I call the eagles, okay? So we'll talk more about eagles and turkeys in just a moment. But here's what we need to remember is that these hungry people, they want a future that they can see. They want tangible goals that they can get after. They want to understand, if I do this, then I'll get that. If I do this, I'll get that. Now, some of you may be listening to this and say, well, I don't know if I can guarantee all this for this future person. Well, here's what I know. If you have an organization full of hungry people, they're probably going to deliver better customer service, increase your sales, make your company more reputable, and your company will grow, and then you will have an opportunity to grow your people. So that is tip number 3. So tip number 4 is this whole idea of what kind of ad are you going to place where you're trying to recruit people. Now, here's the thing. People will read a message, any message. It could be an email, it could be a job ad, it could be a novel, it could be a movie. Any message that comes at people, they either turn it off or they leave it on because it resonates with them. I'm gonna say that again. So when you place a job ad, it is a message and it has to resonate with the right person. If somebody looks at it for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds and they say, nah, this is not for me, they're going to turn it off. They're gonna go to the next job that is in that genre, like in that career path that they're looking for. But if the message is correct and it resonates with them, they will keep reading and then they will apply. So I want to share with you a job ad that I placed that I think is absolutely fantastic. Marketing digital content specialist. And then on the end of it, I put the word extraordinaire. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, that's a little corny or something, but here's what I want to tell you. There is a hungry eagle out there that looks at that and goes, I am an extraordinaire. I am a special person and I will give it all I've got. And that is exactly the employee that you want. In fact, I would call that person a vibrant employee. Somebody who's lit up from within, who knows they're extra, okay? Now, this doesn't mean that they're not gonna put their head down and do the hard work. This means that they just know they've got something to give, right? And that they're not looking for a job, they're looking for a career. So listen to my job description that I put up for this particular job. It says, are you passionate about marketing? Are you self-motivated? Do you love creating content? Do you have business acumen? Do you want to help people? So notice the first 5 things on this job ad are about attitude and desire and want. And that is who you want to help you build a vibrant culture, is you want somebody who's got passion, love, business acumen, and this desire to help people, no matter really what the job is. But in this case, it's for a digital marketing person. And then I say, do you have an entrepreneurial spirit coupled with a willingness to work hard? And then don't miss this. I tell people right out of the gate, as a key leader in the organization, our ideal candidate will provide superior internal customer service, take ownership of marketing support efforts, and ultimately result in increasing our operational efficiencies, meaning that you're going to contribute to the bottom line. So I think tip number 4 is a great tip. Do not take your job description and pop it onto Indeed or Monster or your own website for your company. You need to write a job ad that has the tone and the excitement and says explicitly, I am looking for an eagle. So here's my call to action for you. Number 1, I wanted you to go over to Glassdoor. I wanted you to take a look and find out where you are today. Do you have a good reputation as a company? If you do not have that, you're going to have to really, really work on your ratings on Glassdoor and start talking to the folks inside your organization about what you need to do to build a vibrant culture. Number 2 is what I talked about. You've got to go over to LinkedIn, get your profile up, get out there, start networking with people, and post something fabulous about your company once a week. Number 3 was you got to have a plan for growth. You need to sit down with your HR people and figure out where are we going to take these people? What does the future hold? What is our vision? And then my tip number 4 was write an incredible job ad. Okay, so I would love to leave you with that today. Those are my 4 tips for finding great employees right out of the gate.